Early life and childhood, 1984 to 1998. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg was born on May 14, 1984, in White Plains, New York, to Edward Zuckerberg, a dentist, and Karen Kempner, a psychiatrist. Raised in the nearby town of Dobbs Ferry, he grew up in a supportive and intellectually stimulating household alongside his three sisters, Randy, Donna, and Ariel. Mark showed an early interest in computers and technology, demonstrating an analytical mind and problem-solving skills from a very young age. His father introduced him to programming by hiring a software developer named David Newman to tutor him privately. By the time Mark was 12, he had already created an early messaging program called ZUCKERBERG, which allowed the computers in his house and his father's dental office to communicate. Mark attended Ardsley High School before transferring to Phillips Exeter Academy, a prestigious boarding school in New Hampshire. There, he excelled academically and continued to refine his programming skills. He developed computer games for fun and even created an early music player called Synapse that used machine learning to recommend songs, an early indicator of his future innovations. Tech giants like Microsoft and AOL showed interest in buying Synapse and hiring Mark, but he declined, choosing instead to focus on his education. Harvard years and the birth of Facebook, 2002 to 2004. In 2002, Zuckerberg enrolled at Harvard University, where he studied psychology and computer science. At Harvard, he quickly gained a reputation as a programming prodigy. During his sophomore year, he created Course Match, a tool that helps students choose their classes based on the courses their friends are taking. Shortly after, he developed FaceMash, a website that allowed students to compare the attractiveness of their classmates. Though FaceMash was controversial and taken down by Harvard administration, it demonstrated Mark's ability to quickly create viral software. In early 2004, Zuckerberg, along with classmates Eduardo Saverin, Andrew McCullum, Dustin Moskovitz, and Chris Hughes, launched the Facebook from his dorm room. The platform allowed Harvard students to create profiles, upload photos, and connect with classmates. The site quickly became popular, expanding to other Ivy League schools and eventually universities across the United States. By the summer of 2004, Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard to focus full-time on building Facebook, moving with his team to Palo Alto, California. The rise of Facebook and legal battles, 2004 to 2008. In Palo Alto, Zuckerberg and his team rented a small house that became Facebook's first office. Facebook began receiving interest from investors, and in mid-2004, Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, made the first major investment in the company. However, Zuckerberg faced a major legal challenge during this period. Harvard classmates Cameron Winklevoss, Tyler Winklevoss, and Divya Narendra accused him of stealing their idea for a social networking site called Harvard Connection, later ConnectU. The lawsuit led to a legal settlement in which Facebook paid the plaintiffs in cash and stock. Despite legal hurdles, Facebook's growth was explosive. In 2005, the company dropped the from its name, officially becoming Facebook. By 2006, it opened registration to anyone over 13 with an email address, making it a global platform. During these years, Zuckerberg turned down multiple acquisition offers, including a $1 billion offer from Yahoo, demonstrating his commitment to building Facebook as a long-term company rather than selling it. Innovation and expansion, 2009 to 2012. As Facebook's user base exploded, Zuckerberg focused on innovation and product development. In 2009, Facebook became cash flow positive for the first time and introduced the like button, which became one of the most iconic features of the platform. Zuckerberg also prioritized creating a strong engineering culture within the company, emphasizing the mantra, move fast and break things. In 2012, Facebook made its biggest acquisition at the time by purchasing Instagram for $1 billion. The same year, Facebook went public with one of the largest initial public offerings, IPOs, in tech history, raising $16 billion and valuing the company at over $100 billion. Although the IPO faced technical glitches and criticism, it solidified Facebook's status as one of the most powerful tech companies in the world. Challenges and controversies, 2013 to 2018. As Facebook became a global powerhouse, it also faced growing scrutiny. Issues related to privacy, data security, and the spread of misinformation began to dominate headlines. In 2014, Facebook acquired WhatsApp for $19 billion and Oculus VR for $2 billion, signaling Zuckerberg's vision for the future of communication and virtual reality. However, these bold moves were overshadowed by mounting controversies. In 2016, Facebook was criticized for its role in the spread of fake news and alleged foreign interference during the U.S. presidential election. The company faced intense scrutiny from lawmakers, regulators, and the public. The biggest blow came in 2018 with the Cambridge Analytica scandal, where data from millions of Facebook users was improperly accessed and used for political advertising. Zuckerberg testified before the U.S. Congress, apologizing for Facebook's failures and pledging to do better. Rebranding and the Metaverse vision, 2019 to 2023. In the years following the scandals, Zuckerberg focused on rebuilding trust and steering Facebook toward a new future. In 2021, he announced that Facebook would rebrand its parent company as Meta, reflecting its new focus on building the Metaverse, an interconnected virtual world that Zuckerberg sees as the next chapter of the internet. This rebranding marked one of the most ambitious pivots in tech history. Meta invested billions in developing virtual reality hardware through its Oculus division, later rebranded as MetaQuest, and software platforms for immersive digital experiences. Zuckerberg positioned Meta as the leader of the Metaverse movement, though the transition was not without challenges. Critics questioned the feasibility of the Metaverse and expressed concerns about privacy, content moderation, and Meta's dominance. Personal life and philanthropy. Beyond his role as CEO, Mark Zuckerberg is a devoted husband and father. He married Priscilla Chan, a pediatrician and philanthropist, in 2012, and they have 3 children together. In 2015, the couple founded the Chan-Zuckerberg Initiative, CZI, pledging to give away 99% of their Facebook shares over their lifetime to advance human potential and promote equality. CZI focuses on areas like education, science, and criminal justice reform, reflecting Zuckerberg's belief in using technology and philanthropy to make the world better. Legacy and impact. Mark Zuckerberg's story is one of vision, determination, and controversy. He transformed the way billions of people connect, communicate, and share their lives online. While his journey has not been without criticism, his impact on technology, media, and society is undeniable. Facebook, now Meta, revolutionized social networking and paved the way for a new era of digital interaction. Zuckerberg's legacy is still being written. Whether the Metaverse becomes the future of the internet or not, he has already secured his place in history as one of the most influential entrepreneurs of the 21st century. His journey from a curious kid in Dobbs Ferry to a global tech visionary illustrates the power of bold ideas, relentless execution, and the ability to adapt in a rapidly changing world.